How are things? My name is Peter Doherty. I work for UNOX Ovens, Italy, and I'm here today to go through the UNOX Everio hot preservation unit, or as we like to call it, the hot fridge. So if you just like to look at the screen here, I'm going to show you. It has two modes, multi-day mode and super holding mode. Very, very simple to use. As you'll notice, there is no on-off switch. This holding unit stays on all day long and all night long. It's never powered off. The multi-day mode, in conjunction with the vacuum pump, will hold food hot service temperature for up to 72 hours if this is something that you're using here. On the other side is the super holding mode, which is an 8-hour holding for hot food. So to add a program, you just press your super holding, new program, red meat for example, and it'll ask you what sort of a process it's been put through, so we'll say roasted. Then the temperature, but as we know it's 70 degrees, so we press 70, okay. The humidity is automatically set for 60% humidity, and the length of holding time, all of which can be modified. And to start the program, it's very simple, just by pressing the start button and selecting which shelf it goes on. So to open the door, you click the handle back, it opens the door, and if you notice inside the chamber here, on the right-hand side and on the left-hand side, it is numbered 1 to 10. This 1 to 10 corresponds with the programs that you have on the screen. So by having if you modify the program, it's telling me that this program is going to be up in 4 hours, unless of course you've created your own programs and you have an 8-hour holding mode on the program. So in order to see what working programs you have, you obviously press the working programs and it gives you an on-screen display of what programs are exactly running. This is just to tell you what the holding temperature is. So in this case it's 70 degrees. So every program that you will be adding must be 70 degrees. So again, it's the super holding mode, manual. Poultry, for example. The fact that these are going to be pre-programmed for you with your chefs will be help. So by pressing roasted, selecting the temperature, understanding that it's a super holding mode and it has to be 70 degrees, press OK for that. The humidity, 60% humidity, so we'll keep the skin on a roasted product crispy. Less humidity, the drier the product. More humidity, the more moist the product. The timer, as you can see here, is set for 8, but this can be modified yourself. And again, to start the program, all you do is press start. The reason this is called the hot fridge is for the very reason that you can store food at service temperature for extended periods of time, up to 72 hours, hot, without affecting the quality of the product inside the chamber. And how is this possible? Well, it's done by using the vacuum pump, as we discussed earlier, which removes all the oxygen from inside in the container by the use of the vacuum pump. This means that the bacteria can't proliferate and it will automatically die when it's held at a particular temperature for a particular period of time through pasteurization. Now, the super holding mode, the reason that it can hold food from, instead of 2 hours, which is your standard, it can hold it up to 8 hours without affecting the quality of the product by the manner in which it maintains its temperature. We use super accurate chamber probes, so instead of your temperature dropping to 60 degrees and spiking to 100 like this, it holds it at a dead constant. Now, these are also single-phase units, so these will use just a simple 3-pin plug, which can be plugged in anywhere. It doesn't need an extractor on top of it. And when you put a tray of product in here that's 180 degrees, for example, but the oven is requiring a 70-degree temperature, it automatically switches off the elements on the back of the oven and it recycles the heat coming off the tray. So while it's actually one of the most energy efficient pieces of equipment on the market. Okay, so what I'm going to show you next is this specific program on shelf number 2. Let's just say we've removed the last of the product from that particular shelf and there's no more in there, but the program is still running. And in order to stop a program, you select the shelf that it's on, you press the X. Do you want to delete this program? Select yes, and the program will automatically disappear from the screen. Now, as you can see on this one here, on tray number 1, has expired. So on a particular program, there is a set amount of time. After the set amount of time, if the product is still there and the program has expired, it's recommended to discuss this with your chef in order to discover what to do with the product. So once it's expired, you remove the product, you press the X, you press the home screen, and the last product. Do you want to delete this program? Yes, program has been deleted, and we now have no programs in the oven. As you can see, the temperature is maintaining 70 degrees on all 4 units. If you've been given a tray of product, say for example a roast of beef, you open the door by pushing the handle like this. The door will open. So we'll put it in on shelf number 1, which is clearly marked. Close the door, up to the screen, press number 1, super holding, manual, meat, roasted. The temperature to be 70 degrees, and again we're going to say 6 hours. Okay, you start your program. So your new program has now started. It's telling me that program is going to be on there at 70 degrees, 60% humidity for the next 6 hours. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope it was informative to have presented the UNOX Averio Hot Fridge 2E. If you do require any further assistance, please contact Broderick Bros Limited in Dublin. Thank you.